Hey everyone, how you doing? Wade here, DK Sports Ambassador. It is UFC 204 time. That's right. What says Manchester on a late Saturday like fighting? And that's what we'll be doing, going to see some fights in Manchester. This one, very entertaining fight. OSP versus Jimmy Manuawa. OSP is the favorite in this one. I like him because he used to play football at the University of Tennessee. But I'm going to ask these guys. I'm joined by Milo McCabe, Dylan Gott, and Mike Payne. I want to ask these guys what they're thinking in this fight. Let's start with you, Mike. What do you think about this one, OSP versus Manuawa?
This is a tough one, very tough one. It is. OSP, linebacker. There was an ex-linebacker. He is a genetic athlete. Long and short of it, you can't get away from that. He took John Jones to the unanimous decision. There's not many people that can do that.
Did he break his arm in that one too?
He did after the first or second round, wasn't it? I think it was. See, Jimmy Manuawa, I know where he trains, obviously down at the Kettles gym. That's a very, very good gym on the domestic circuit. I've actually seen him fight in 2011 against a guy called Nick Chapman, put him to sleep. But Jimmy has something that I don't think OSP does, and that's the UK swagger.
Okay.
He's got the swagger. He's got that nonchalant, it's borderline arrogance.
All right.
You know, that's what the swagger is. Just look at him there. Look, you know, he looks like he wants to, you know, do damage. I was going to say something else here, but I'm trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
But no, Jimmy Manuawa, I think it's going to be. I'm just going to go distance, but he's going to have his hand up.
All right. Yeah, Milo was shaking his head. Maybe not the right way. What are you thinking of this one, Milo?
No, I think OSP is going to win. I've actually trained at the same place as Jimmy Manuawa. He trains somewhere else for BJJ, a gym called Nova Forza in Epsom. And we were doing drills. I only did it for about 9 months, but we were doing drills where you had to get in a dominant position on somebody. And it just, if someone goes out, another person in the line goes in, and I count around, I was on top of Jimmy Manuawa. So he's sort of lying like this. So I get him in a kind of a Mackenzie teen, and then he says, go. I haven't got my legs cinched up, but I start sort of cranking on his neck. And I'm thinking I'm going to die any second, but then he starts gurgling. And I start getting really excited. I'm like, Christ, I've still got an inch of crank as well. My skinny, sort of hairy white arms like coming up around his throat. I can hear him gurgling, and I'm thinking, I'm going to choke out a UFC fighter. I'm going to dine on this forever. All he does is he puts his forearm on my throat. Just leans over, puts his forearm on my throat, and I'm still sort of like playing out the future storytelling sessions. And then suddenly everything turns into like butterflies and meadows and sheep. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, what, how? And then suddenly a voice is like, dude, you're about to go out. And I was like tapping. But right then, I understood what stranglewanks were all about. I understood the death of David Carradine. I understood Michael Hutchins.
Oh, yeah.
I stood up and I just started laughing because I had that thought. And everybody in the gym's looking at me like, what are you laughing at? You just got choked out by someone putting their forearm. But I can't start talking about homoerotic sort of like revelations.
Oh, no, please do. I mean, that's what this is, the broadcast is for, really. Yeah, DraftKings loves that.
I can do it here. I can't do it in that gym.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
of course.
That's not going to go well.
So it went well, did it?
But, oh, it was fabulous. No, but the Jimmy Manuawa, he was a lovely guy and everything, but I just think OSP, the way he hung with Jones, I mean, Manua's got massive power, massive knockout power, but this guy's fighting with a broken arm against the greatest fighter in the history of the sport and hanging in with him. I just can't see Jimmy being able to do it.
All right, Dylan, we're going over to you then. What are you thinking about this? OSP? Yeah, you know me. Is that going to be on your choices?
I'm taking OSP just because Jimmy Manuawa. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you trained with a dude.
No, wow.
And you picked against the guy who you train. This guy could come back and kill you. That's a high risk pick. This man's got balls. Anyway, I'm taking.
He'll choke me out again.
I'm taking OSP just because his last fight against Rumble. I don't want to throw shade, but it looked like USADA had affected that man in a way. Like he went from like super jacked to like this like kind of thinner guy, and he did the nasty plunge against Rumble. We all saw what happened. And honestly, in the Rumble, I don't want to say the word scared because he's a man fighting in a cage for a living, and I don't think that that's appropriate to use. But I'd say he was tentative against Rumble, and I think OSP has a lot of power as well. I mean, OSP gets gassed really quickly, but so does Jimmy Manuawa. And even in his UFC tenure, Manua's never really flatlined anybody, and OSP has a great chin. I think it's OSP second round.
Okay, so you're calling OSP second round. Milo?
OSP decision.
OSP decision.
Manuawa decision.
And I'm going OSP decision as well. Hey, how do you get involved? Go to DraftKings. You can go in the US, DraftKings.com, DraftKings.co.uk in the UK. Of course you want to play in the UK. It's in the UK this weekend. UFC 204. Play on DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.